I don't know why, but I just had a crazy mad scientist idea. I don't know how this came about. I can't remember the exact chain of events that caused me to have this mad scientist idea. But yes, donkeys and horses produce mules, and donkeys have 62 chromosomes, and horses have 64 chromosomes, uh, 31 and 32 pairs or something like that. Basically, when you, the long standing thing, like forever, is people people breed donkeys and horses, and they have been for a long time. They have bred donkeys and horses and get mules. I hope I'm doing this the right way. And, you know, I forget sometimes about which one goes where, the donkey or the mule, but I think it's donkey and horse makes mule. Um, and then the mule is sterile because of how the whole chromosome thing makes it. But yeah, now with the whole genetic engineering thing, in the future, at some point, it may be possible to change a donkey to make a donkey have the right number of chromosomes, maybe copy two chromosomes from a horse and put them in the donkey, in the donkey sperm, basically, so that it produces an offspring, a mule, that is not infertile. And you can create a new species of mules that can then just be mules that can be viable. And then there you go, there's mules. You don't need to constantly create mules. You don't need to breed them. You just, once you have your fertile male and your fertile female, they can just breed and produce offspring. And you don't need to make any more in the lab or do any more tinkering. They're just there. And there you go. Why would we need mules and horses and those? We don't really need them anymore, really, for anything. But I don't know. Maybe some farm person. Maybe people still use mules for stuff. I don't No. It could possibly just be a good like experiment or proof of concept. I don't know. Of course, it probably won't really be possible to do successfully for a while, because even if you do it successfully, the offspring of something like that is probably going to be, like the first one you do is probably going to be really bad. And honestly, any experiment like that, you really should wait to do until you can simulate stuff like that in a computer, so that you can run it through a computer and do what's called longitudinal simulations. You can run longitudinal simulations, long-term, multiple longitudinal simulations, and run them and have them project those simulations onto ecosystems also. See how a new species like that, if set loose in the wild, might interact with other wilderness ecosystems and all of the animals and the flora and fauna in that ecosystem. And as of right now, I don't think we have the capability to run those kinds of projections in any kind of simulated environment. So, it would be very irresponsible to try and do something like that, even if we could. So, that's a very mad scientist-y, irresponsible thing to do, to even attempt to do. But since humanity is approaching the ability to do it, to actually be able to do it, I'm betting somebody might actually try to do something like that pretty soon. Something on the scale, something with the scope of that level of, with that kind of implication, regardless of the willingness to how to say it. Well, let me just say this. We did all this AI crap without stopping to say, should we do this? Fuck it, it's going to make a lot of money. So let's just do it and worry about the consequences later. So, what does that prove? Yeah. So if anything, this whole AI crap that we're doing now, maybe that should be kind of a big flashing red warning light to the entire world. about, you know, what's coming and all the shit that could be coming. And kind of like kind of the real danger that actually is coming. You think you're worried about AI and the problems of AI? We really need to do something about these billionaires and how they think, you know, they're better than everybody and they can just wield their billionaire power any way they want. They're dangerous. They're way ahead of themselves, and it's the story of the Pandora's box story. You know, they're really desperately trying to open that thing. And really, really want to. And not even, I think they're just not even considering anything. So, like I said, the AI thing is, even though lots of people are really worried about AI, I really don't think AI is, it's probably not even the tip of the iceberg, honestly. It's probably just the canary in the coal mine, if you want to say something, really. So, yeah, now is to say now is the time to do something is it's probably too late. It's yesterday, figuratively, was the time to do something, but you can't really stop progress. I mean, the universe was born, and once the universe was born, well, the universe was born. I mean, it happened. So now we're here, and now we have to see what comes of it. Just tread lightly, I guess. And we'll do our best. So, yeah. There's still hope in the box. And hopefully there's also compassion in there too. At least for some of us, there's some compassion and grace left in there. I don't know. We'll find out that too. So, anyways. There's another video for you. I know it's not one of my typical ones as of late, but tax the rich, you get the rich, big old boobs.